Today's video is on 5 abnormally strong sea animals.
Number 5. Beluga Whale. Native to Arctic waters, beluga whales have to survive in inhospitable environments and have evolved to be perfectly suited to sub-zero temperatures. Also known as sea canaries because of their high-pitched calls, they can swim up to depths of 2,300 feet and are opportunistic feeders, taking advantage of any prey that they come across. They can grow up to 18 feet long and weigh as much as 4,100 pounds. Their bodies are incredibly stocky and are typically between 40 to 50% fat. The way their bodies store the fat can result in them looking terrifically ripped, but for their size, they are also one of the strongest and most energy-efficient creatures in the ocean. This is because of their predatory behaviors and the importance of being able to ensure that they can feed when they need to, which invariably means having to attack similar-sized prey on occasions. They also have a number of unusual adaptations, such as unfused vertebrae in their spine, which means they are the only whale species that can move its head up, down, and to the sides. Number 4. Giant Pacific Octopus. Giant Pacific octopuses are the largest and longest living of any octopus species, growing up to 16 feet long, weighing up to 156 pounds, and with a life expectancy of 5 years. They can be found from the surface to depths around 6,600 feet throughout the Pacific, from California to Alaska, and through to Japan, Korea, and Russia. They are highly efficient swimmers, and the muscles in their arms are powerful enough to let them pry open the shells of their prey before using their beaks to tear away at flesh. For a creature that is essentially made from muscle without any bones, they are surprisingly strong. So much so that in the 1960s, the World Octopus Wrestling Championships were a popular spectator event that saw competitors compete to see who could enter the water and return with the largest specimen. They were referred to in 1965 edition of Time magazine as being, quote, exceedingly tough customers, and will quite happily try to attack a human if given the opportunity. Number 3. Bull shark. Normally, you only have to be aware of sharks in the ocean, but there's one exception to that rule: bull sharks. They not only live in coastal regions, but regularly swim up rivers, which, along with their ferocious temperament, makes them one of the most dangerous sharks in the world. What makes them stand out is that they have an incredibly strong bite. In 2012, an experiment that compared the jaw strengths of 13 species of shark and similar fish found that bull sharks can exert a pressure of 6,000 newtons of force through the teeth in the back of its mouth, which is about 5 times as much as can be achieved by a human. It's thought that this has developed to allow them to prey on virtually anything, from turtles to oysters to dolphins and even other bull sharks. Their range of movement also means they encounter animals that other sharks don't. In Africa, they have been known to attack hippos, and there have been at least 100 documented cases when they've attacked a human. Many researchers believe that they may actually be responsible for more attacks on people than any other species, but because they lack and clearly identifiable marks, they may often be misidentified as being a small great white or others. Number 2. Blue whale. Blue whales are the biggest animals that we know of to have ever lived, and along with this size comes incredible strength. They can grow up to be 110 feet long, weigh as much as 200 tons, and their tongues can weigh as much as an elephant. Each pectoral fin is the size of an adult human, and their blowholes and arteries are wide enough to fit a baby through. Even when they give birth, newborns are the size of 2 large cars. To maintain this size, they eat about 4 tons of krill every day, and the only way to effectively do this is to take massive gulps of water and use their massive tongues to push it back out through the baleen plates in their mouth to leave just their food remaining. Their massive size means that they are by far the strongest of any type of whale. In a study, researchers studied a 78-ton specimen and found it to have a maximum force of 60 kilonewtons. Considering the whales can become more than twice this weight, one can only imagine how strong the largest ones are. When they open their mouths, they can take in close to their own body weight in water, which requires incredible strength to continue swimming while they filter it. The other abnormally strong muscle in the creatures is their hearts. An average-sized blue whale has one that weighs about 1,300 pounds, similar to the size of a small car, which is necessary to pump blood all around the body. In terms of sheer strength, it's difficult to know how much power a blue whale has, but considering they have to lift their young to the surface to breathe and are capable of breaching the surface and launching themselves into the air, they almost certainly can lift a much larger weight than any other creature that's ever been alive. Number 1. Saltwater Crocodile. While you certainly wouldn't want to come face to face with a great white shark, or many other shark species, the most powerful creature you could come across in the sea is the saltwater crocodile. These beasts can grow up to 20 feet long and weigh 2,400 pounds, and their bite is ferocious. They are described as hyper-carnivorous apex predators and will hunt any animal that enters its territory, including other apex predators like sharks, as well as fish, crustaceans, reptiles, mammals, birds, and even humans. They have the strongest bite of any living animal, and in tests have been shown to be able to exert pressures upwards of 16,000 newtons, which is almost 3 times that of a bull shark. These tests looked at medium-sized specimens though, so it's thought that the largest crocodiles could potentially bite with forces in excess of 34,000 newtons. This is all made possible because of the unique way in which their heads have developed. They have a large space for their jaw muscles, which are visible as a bulge on either side and are so rigid that they feel like a continuation of the skull. The muscles are so perfectly aligned for clamping down, which results in a powerful bite, but a relatively weak strength when it comes to opening the mouth. Considering they have enough force to tear through shells and boats, a saltwater crocodile's mouth can be kept shut by using 2 or 3 layers of duct tape. It's not just their mouths that are strong though. Their entire bodies are lined with muscle. The tail allows them to thrust through the water at their prey and attack it before it has time to escape. It's believed that there are as many as 30 or 40 attacks on people each year by saltwater crocodiles, with an estimated 2 deaths a year in Australia alone. If you ever see one of these in the wild and are unprepared, you need to get out of its way as fast as possible. Honorable mentions. The Mantis Shrimp. For its size, this colorful creature, the Mantis Shrimp, has by far the most powerful punch in the world. So much so that you'll only ever see them in aquariums that have specially reinforced acrylic. Despite their name, they're actually distant relates of shrimps and lobsters, and there are at least 550 different species of them. Approximately half of these species have appendages called dactyl clubs, and it's these that they use to hunt their prey. When they find a victim, the fist springs forward from their body at more than 50 miles per hour, with a faster acceleration than a bullet. They move so fast that the water around them reaches the temperature of the surface of the sun and boils, and when the club hits the target, it delivers 160 pounds of force, which is more than enough to shatter a shell. The bubbles that are formed from the heat rapidly collapse as the temperature dissipates through the water, and this can create a brief flash of light in a process called sonoluminescence. All of this gives its target little chance of survival, and even if the strike misses the prey altogether, the shockwave that's created is often enough to stun or kill the target. Sea lion. Sea lions live in waters throughout the northern and southern hemispheres, and there are 6 different species, the largest of which is the Steller's sea lion, which can grow up to 10 feet long and weigh as much as 2,200 pounds. They can swim at speeds of between 18 and 35 miles per hour, which allows them to easily catch their preferred prey of fish and squid. They can, however, be extremely territorial, and it's during these times that their immense strength becomes apparent. Californian sea lions, for example, will typically patrol an area of about 1,400 square feet and will turn their attention on anything that enters. At first, they bark, but then comes chest-to-chest pushing, grappling, and biting. While deaths are rare, injuries are quite common, and the regular fighting means that they are well practiced. Attacks on human are fortunately rare, but occasionally, someone gets too close, and sea lions are not afraid to show their strength.
I hope you all enjoyed today's video, narrated by Zach this time. Be sure to subscribe for more and check out some of our recent uploads.